Hey, Carla.
How are you doing?
Hey, I just want to take this moment to tell you how wonderful a job you've done. It's been great, how everything's come together. And I've noticed you've been sending out emails at 1, 2, and 3 in the morning. So I know that you've been on top of it and keeping us all straight. So it's been greatly appreciated. And I just wanted to say thanks for all the work that you've done.
Thank you. Do you want to know my secret about
Okay,
why I'm in Hawaii, not in Indiana? And so like I'm 5 hours later than you all right now. So with it being virtual, I could go stay with my sister for the semester. So my whole family is here and we're doing everything virtual. So
wow, that's great. No, I had no idea you were there. How fun.
I've been getting up at like 3:30 in the morning to do this, but you know, I can sleep again someday. So.
Yeah. Well, that's a great secret. Maybe if I get involved in starting one, that's what I'll do. Take off somewhere and do it from there. Makes it easier.
As this went virtual and kids band was canceled and other programs went online or were just canceled, we decided to take advantage of a once in a lifetime opportunity. So yeah, thank you. And thanks for your kind words. It's really taken a whole committee and speakers and board members and everyone, even you, Leslie, have all contributed to make this a success. And then also just participants, people being here and showing up and putting themselves out there. You know, even some of our newer people who've been here for the first time have really just kind of jumped into this virtual format with it and have been interacting in the community boards and in the sessions and all those kinds of things. And so that's really what makes it a success, I think. But yes, thank you. I appreciate the words. So.
Yeah, sure. I know it's been a challenge and an interesting challenge to work with it online and virtual. So I think it's come off really well, and it's been great to see everybody interacting and being a part of it too. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and it's nice to see people right now too. So, we've had a lot of names on screen for some of it, but it's totally fine. And thank you all for trying this. We were trying to figure out what to do, and I appreciate that I had some skills with running things online. I teach college classes online and do a bunch of social media and different things of that sort. But I've also been able to learn a whole lot through this, and I still have lots more to learn. And that's one thing that I love about professional development opportunities like this, is that we are continual learners. Sam and Warren perhaps have maybe already retired, but they're still coming back and learning and adding their expertise to the mix, but then also choosing to continue to learn. And that's one thing that I would like all of us to kind of think about. What's one thing that we can take away from this conference that we want to try to implement or try to improve upon or do better? So for me, that is something that really has helped me progress and move on. I do a lot with loose parts now. I'm in the middle of a book contract and have a large Facebook group and do presentations and all kinds of things with that. But it happened because at a workshop at Conner Prairie, I made a goal as part of that reflection at the end of the workshop that I wanted to make a loose parts area in the Nature Center where I was doing work at. And from that, it's kind of opened a whole new world that I would not have done had I not taken the time to choose one thing to work on. So I encourage you to think about what's your one thing that you can work on as a takeaway from this. And then I hope that maybe we'll share out what some of those are. I'll send this out in an announcement too, but we can share some of those things out that we'd like to kind of implement, think about, gather more information on, go out and do, try taking children out at colder temperatures than we're used to, go try the phenology website that people shared, understand our watershed a little bit more, think about diversity and how to be more inclusive within the field and the whole myriad of things. We've had so many great speakers, and what each of us needed is different. And so that's very personal to be able to choose something that we can take and move forward with. And but hopefully something inspired you and found something that that is calling you to keep moving forward with it. So I did want to let you know a couple of things. I'll be sending out an announcement soon that has the certificate of attendance. And that's just if you need kind of show that, hey, I've been here. For educators, if you need that more detailed, itemized, like I went to this, this, and this, I can verify that you've done that, but also need you all to go ahead and fill out just kind of a summary of some of the sessions you went to and what you've learned from that, and have a kind of a date for about 2 weeks out from now, so that you have a chance to go through and see the recordings and all of those kinds of things later, and really get as much out of it as you'd like to. The recordings will be up for a full year. Whova, this structure here, will be up for a full year as well. And so you can continue to comment and look people up and like, who was that person from this place that did this? And, so you can kind of make those connections and continue those conversations. We had a little bit of a snag uploading all of the videos last night, but we will get to them. YouTube is just kind of limiting how many we can do a day. And so we should be able to get those all up over the next few days. And you'll see that, each day there'll be another 7 or something like that. So, but they will be up there very soon. And then we also will be announcing the winners of the contest that we had. I know who is in the lead, and she's here. She's been very active, I think the first time at an EEAI conference as well. But we are going to have that go out until Wednesday. If other people want to continue interacting on the leader board and the discussions and community, they're welcome to. And that goes for the photos and the photo caption contest as well. We'll send out an announcement on Wednesday about the winners of those and get their prizes to them after they get to choose those. But yeah, really excited. You should also get an email tomorrow about feedback. We would appreciate it if you go back in all of the sessions that you did attend. If you could go ahead and rate those and give us some feedback on those, just so that it helps the presenters, it helps us as a planning committee and the board with EEAI, just to know what's helpful, what's not helpful. And then we'll also have one overall evaluation that will help us gather information to plan for future conferences and to kind of reflect and see what's working, what can be improved, what can be tweaked, other ideas that you may have, other ideas of great speakers and topics that you would like to hear about or participate in, or maybe even present about yourself. So I really appreciate all of that. And I really appreciate everyone's graciousness. We've had a few technical hiccups here and there, nothing that we couldn't handle, I don't think, but a lot of flexibility and moving to an online platform for all of this. It's been a learning experience, and we're continually working out all those little tweaks and stuff with that. Before we leave officially, I do want to say thank you once again to our sponsors. Okay, and here we've got the NAAEE, the North American Association for Environmental Education, NIPSCO, Mary Lee Environmental Learning Center of Goshen College. All of these have been integral sponsors for this, as well as another private sponsor. We appreciate that support. That could not have happened without, this conference couldn't have happened without this, to have the level of names that we had for keynotes and some of the technology and things that we had for this. So we really appreciate organizations that are willing to invest in that professional development, and hope that that's been worthwhile for you as well. And then I also wanted to share a couple of videos. I shared a welcome video from Stephanie Shuck on the first day of the conference, and that's on the EEAI YouTube channel. And then we also had a couple more from other people within the EEAI board. And so just want to share, let's see, a little message about some of the other projects that are happening within EEAI. If you haven't been to the website, I encourage you to go check out eeai.org, just to kind of get to know a little bit, oops, sorry about that. Get to know some of the other projects that have been working on here within EEAI, and then understand how you might play a role in it. You might choose, hey, I'd really like to volunteer with this or that. I know, I think I found a little niche that I think I would like to volunteer with, and maybe that's going to be my goal is kind of working on some follow-up from the conference to implement and put into action some of the things that many of us felt called to do, and work with some of the educators that are trying to move forward with some of these planning things. But just think about that. See how you may choose to volunteer or be a part of this as well. It's an all volunteer run organization. And so any help that people can give and expertise or willingness to learn how to do things is always welcome. And so I wanted to share this video by Mindy Murdoch about Indiana Children Nature Network. This is one aspect of, so we call it ICANN, one aspect of EEAI. And to me, one of my passions is playing with kids outside in nature or watching them, not trying to be creepy, just I enjoy watching that ingenuity and creativity as children develop that sense of wonder and awe with the earth. So here we go.
Hello, Mindy Murdoch, EEAI board member and park naturalist for Zionsville Parks and Recreation. Over the past 20 to 30 years, children's lifestyles have changed significantly. Today's children spend less time outdoors than ever before, spending on average 7 hours a day in front of electronic media. However, growing evidence has shown spending time outside children.
The battery's draining like mad.
Yeah. There she is. Carly, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. And you can't see the video?
We could see it at first, but we can't see it now.
Something happened. Okay, I'll figure it out. Sorry, my husband just stood up just like that. He's my great tech support to see what's going on. and honestly, if he had not been here as a support, that wouldn't have happened. Okay. Oh, he's even helping me make sure I get it all optimized and have this computer sound, all of those kinds of things. So, and now I will share it. Okay.
Hello, Mindy Murdoch, EEAI board member and park naturalist for Zionsville Parks and Recreation. Over the past 20 to 30 years, children's lifestyles have changed significantly. Today's children spend less time outdoors than ever before, spending on average 7 hours a day in front of electronic media. However, growing evidence has shown spending time outside benefits our children. When children spend time outside in nature, they're happier, healthier, and smarter. They're more disciplined and focused. They have confidence, creativity, and show cooperation with each other. They're more physically fit, better problem solvers, and more optimistic in general. Encouraged by the works of Richard Loof and his Children in Nature Network, the Indian Children in Nature Network was founded and is a project of EEAI, a network of organizations and businesses, individuals even, encouraging children and their families to get outside in nature and play. Through programs such as Nature Play Days in the summer, I Can Play 30 Challenge, where you can pledge to get outside and play 30 minutes every day, and our brown bag lunches for environment educators and organizations to share concerns as well as successes. So please visit indianachildrennature.org for more information or follow ICANN on social media. Thanks.
Okay, and so I really have appreciated all the different things through ICANN.
You want to build your own DIY computer?
Sorry, my husband likes computers a lot, and that is his next suggested video, I'd say. But I really have enjoyed ICANN, and one of my favorite ways to be involved with ICANN is by hosting Nature Play Days in the summer. And that is seriously one of my favorite weeks of the year when we're hosting Nature Play Days across the county. I try to do several in a variety of settings throughout our county, just to have some opportunities and options for nature play. And this next video is by Ann Neednagel, and this is about environmental literacy. And so, hopefully
Wouldn't it be nice if we lived in a community where we knew environmental education was part of every student's curriculum, where students were encouraged to ask questions about their outdoor environment and then tasked to find answers using tools going into their outdoor environment, and where graduates could describe the value of an ecosystem from both the natural and human perspective? Well, some of these dreams are a reality and part of the Indiana academic standards, but all of them are included in Indiana's Environmental Literacy Guidelines, the ELG. The ELG can trace its roots back to the 2008 EE Symposium held at the Indiana State Museum. After a day of presentations regarding research on EE nationally recognized, participants were invited to small group facilitated meetings where they were asked, what does Indiana need? Out of those facilitated meetings, it was decided Indiana needed an updated environmental education plan. So the Department of Education, classroom teachers, naturalists, university representatives, and stakeholders from across the state formed council, challenged with updating the EE plan. I had the privilege of serving on this council. We had all sorts of help. The North American Association of Environmental Education, NAAE, provided guidelines on writing such a plan, and dozens of states already had plans. Together, we reviewed the other states' plans and, using the NAAE guidelines, decided upon a framework. And by 2015, we had a great deal of work and input from stakeholders. The ELG was completed and published. Indiana's ELG are divided into 4 strands, and performance measures identifying concepts, skills, and experiences are set by the end of 4th grade, by the end of 8th grade, and by the end of high school. You can find the ELG on EEAI's website, as well as a more detailed history of some of these guidelines and an alignment with Indiana's academic standards. It's a resource here for you to help make dreams a reality.
These both just give me a lot of hope. And
hey there, good morning. It's nice and cold here in Missouri.
Okay, sorry. These both just give me a lot of hope for our school children and our state in general. Between sessions, I had just a little break on Facebook and noticed that in the Indiana Nature Facebook group, just people that were trying to collect others that were passionate about nature in Indiana, someone shared that her daughter's school assignment was talking about all these different geological features within the state of Indiana. And it mentioned this little bog up in South Bend, Leidick Bog, which isn't really known. And this person lives probably in Carmel, Indianapolis area. And just to have that, and it was just discovered and named within the last maybe 5 or 6 years. And so to have someone outside of that area, outside of South Bend, that's recognizing some of those natural geographic features within our state, and is really powerful for me. I noticed that the people in that thread were all like, oh, this is what education should be like. It's that local place-based, and then having a visit to it would be even better. But recognizing those natural features that we have right here. And I hope that we continue to just improve and promote and keep doing the great work that we're doing in connecting people, humans, with our outdoor world and environment, and with the great natural resources that we have here. Thank you all for your work that you do with this. One thing that I like to do as I close out my programs, I'm usually working with children, and with COVID, it's been a little bit harder too, but what I like to do is have us all put our hands in the middle and then say whatever the topic is, I love whatever it may be, and we put our hands up in the air. But if you all would like to join us, I encourage you to You can even, I don't know if you'll hear each other at the same time, but you can try taking off your microphone. But put your hand out, and as we pull our hands up to celebrate, can you say I love EEAI with me? And then we'll say goodbye and thank you. So put your hands out, and we'll go ahead and get started. I love EEAI. Excellent. Thank you all so much. It's been wonderful to be here. Watch for more updates as we finish up the conference and tie up some loose ends. And thank you all for being here with us. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend. I've heard it's great weather outside. I see Paul and others that are out in this wonderful weather. And so go get outside and enjoy that last sunset before it gets cooler. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Carla.
Thanks, Carla.
If you've got any questions and you stick around for those, you're welcome to.
Today we're back in the shop. We got a problem with our truck.
I'm going to get it, Paul. I'm going to figure it out. Thank you.